You ever heard of a song called Dirty Vegas?
Dirty Vegas is actually we can start with that.
Have you ever heard of a song called Dirty Vegas?
Dirty Vegas is actually the musician.
I knew it.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was like, that's probably the fucking.
He wanted me to say it twice, so he wanted to make me look like an idiot.
The song is Days Go By. This song right here activated the no, it's right there. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Days Goes By?
Yeah.
That's a good song. It's sang by Dirty Vegas.
It's sung.
Sang, sung, sing, sung. Oh wait, that was
that was pretty bad.
That was bad. Sorry, my Asian family.
Oh, you're gonna lose a customer. All right. That's crazy. Remember the Mitsubishi commercial from like
there he goes.
2000, 2003? That's how that song got big.
Oh, Mitsubishi?
Mitsubishi, you remember it? Yeah, then Dave Chappelle did a spoof. That was freaking ridiculously stupid.
What did Dave Chappelle make fun of?
That video, that commercial?
No, black women.
Oh yeah, whatever. But it was in a Mitsubishi.
Oh, okay.
I just want to see if you can hear my stomach.
You guys don't understand. The Magz that you guys are watching is
not the Magz they see at the gym.
It's not the Magz at the gym.
What are you talking about?
People probably go up to her, hey, what's up, Magz? She's like,
the fuck?
Fuck, do I know you, fool?
Liars.
You ain't a fucking fighter. Don't talk to me.
I take that back. If somebody, if one of the punks at the gym had the the balls to come up to Magz and be like, what's up? She'll give him a what's up back.
I would.
But watch, go up to me. I'll show you Magz. My best impression of Magz.
What's up? It would.
Wait, I'm not done. Hold
Okay.
on. Do it again.
What's up?
You know this motherfucker right here?
That was good.
Right? That's her, dog.
That's about right. That's accurate.
I'll be like, that's my nephew.
Oh, hey, what's up?
I got like 600 nephews, huh?
Yeah.
You do have to have like somebody vouch for you before you like approach
Talk to
people.
Maggie.
That's why. Hey, that's like my new level now. Is like just trying. I'm not friendly with everybody.
You have your reasons.
Yeah, and finally the wisdom. I think that's wisdom. Like stop being friends with everybody. You don't. It's not necessary. And
we all have our path, right?
Right.
It makes us be who we are.
I was a little embarrassed that it took me so long to learn. Like I literally. What are you?
I'm just watching her
Yeah.
dogging out the window or something.
What? You see my neighbors doing something? Really?
Want me to close the window? We need you to focus, dog.
We got a good podcast on the way, guys.
Yeah, we do. I finally watched that Mase and Cameron podcast that you
That we
guys
asked
sent me.
you for like 2 weeks to listen to.
It was look. It took me 5 days to watch it. I'm not like
Tell them why you didn't want to watch it.
I'll get to that in a second. But do you guys have friends who send you links and you they just like stop and watch that? I don't do that. And you were saying, Coach, you said that like you don't even do that with anybody but us. We send you links, you watch them. I have people. I'm the same way. I have people. I won't respond if someone sends me. They'll send me like a little something that says to the fact of like they'll say,
Check
"Oh
this
my,
out.
you gotta watch. You gotta watch.
Yeah, I don't
you gotta
watch
watch all. You got no. It's like watch to the end or whatever, and then they'll send me some stupid meme or whatever. I'm not clicking the meme.
Yeah.
But with you guys, I just have to give myself a few days.
Some time, huh?
I have
At
to
least
give
you
myself
listen to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Until it's like everything's nice and quiet. And I did. And I'm not a fan of Cameron and Mase's podcast.
Neither have I. That was the first time I ever fucking saw it.
Yeah, there's nothing necessarily wrong with it. I don't think they use the N-word a lot.
Yeah.
Like we talked about, like what we talked about last week about not using I don't like the N-word, but when this one, it was like, oh, so that's goddamn you vegetables. That's how you guys like that word.
But I like it. I think it's funny because they're dressed like really like business like, right? Their
Really?
suits are nice. They have like nice suits.
They're wearing
on.
one of them was wearing purple.
Yeah,
What
but it was a suit.
All right,
It was a business suit.
okay, I understand.
Yeah, sure. Like okay, whatever the colors, but like he was like dressed. It's
Like a
just
Steve Harvey.
yeah, like So it's funny, and then you're just watching it go
They
off
did
and
not
on.
look and sound the same.
Yeah.
Did they make a point to you what they were saying?
I think so. Let's set the scene. They were talking about after the Shakur fight.
Shakur.
they said that it was boring. They called him boring, and
Yeah.
you know,
They did
said
their
this
job.
and that. You
That's
know,
their
they did
opinion.
Yeah,
I guess they had
stated
a
their
Twitter.
opinion.
They had a Twitter beef though.
Well, no, then Shakur went on to Twitter for like 4 hours, just blah 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 blah, because they really kind of just talked about it as what happened this weekend.
Yeah.
I watched a boring fight. It was blah blah
Yeah.
blah, and then Shakur got word of it and was like, y'all need to put your hands up or step in the ring. If I catch you out, you better be strapped, or some ridiculous shit. Like I'm like I let's not go straight to guns.
He ain't even hood.
Remember, what was that movie? White Men Can't Jump. One of my favorite scenes.
Oh,
in that
that's my
movie.
favorite scene ever, dude.
You know which one I'm talking about?
I go to my car.
I'm gonna get my gun, and when I
shoot
come back,
all
I'm
you.
shooting all y'all. That was a great scene, but we gotta stop letting that be our go-to in the anger. We as in people, like not just black people, but period. Just
He,
like
in defense of the white man can't jump, he didn't go to his gun right away. He played a game.
he played his game.
Yeah, he
right.
tried, dog.
Yep. And then when it was over,
when he found out they fucking
he felt
tricked him.
hustled. Yep.
Yeah.
Then he was like, "All right, I'm going to."
Yeah.
Then he explained it. He gave everybody a chance to get away.
Go ahead and run. He
Yeah.
goes, I'm gonna go get my gun, come back and shoot all you guys. I remember that.
He ain't wait for him to go to church.
Woody Harrelson, like, is you really gonna get his gun?
Oh man, but still, so
We're
that
giving away our age, dog.
I don't care. These
Yeah.
people need to know that they're listening to wisdom right now.
That's right, baby.
So then so Shakur got mad and went on Twitter and said those things. You know, you need to either get in the ring or get strapped.
What did Dos Santos call him? Shakira Twitterson?
Tweeterson.
Twitterson.
Tweeterson, yeah.
And he
Shakur
actually put
Tweeterson.
that, he put it on the back of his shorts.
Twitterson.
Tweeterson. Shakur did. Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Now
You know,
this is
sometimes it's like ah ha ha, but I don't know. I found that a little corny.
exactly. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Like that should be in your homies. So this is after listening to Cameron and Mase say what they said in response to Shakur. Shakur, what did you think that would happen? That they were actually going to get in the ring with you? That you would look big talking threats to them? Like that's where you're an athlete. They're podcasters. Draw the line. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You're
It's
a
like-
paid athlete.
Exactly. A paid athlete.
You're gonna
not
get
just an
criticized
athlete.
if you
A paid
underperform.
athlete. Right. So one, don't bite every hook that's
Every fish
dangling in
that's
front of your
thrown
face.
What? It shows him his immaturity because he gets offended by anything that doesn't sound to doesn't please his ears, you know, like something that he doesn't like. He'll just jump on it like, I'm gonna go get on you. Like, no, bro, you get paid. You're a fighter. You're an example. You're a role model.
This is what I would do if I was in Shakur's place. I put what they said in my pocket.
Exactly.
And I just carry it. And then one day I'd be like, ain't them niggas right over there?
But that's what happens when you have a corner who doesn't control you.
Yeah.
You can tell in the corner that they were fighting in the corner that Shakur was in charge of the corner. So if he's in charge of the corner during a fight, imagine how much he's in charge of a corner while they're training.
That is so crazy that a
Yeah.
fighter would be in charge of his own corner.
He was disagreeing with his grandpa. That's his.
That's
corner.
what I heard.
Yeah.
And that's like, imagine a gun telling you where to shoot.
Imagine I don't know how you guys' upbringing, but whatever my grandpa told me, I had to do.
Ooh, yeah.
So if my grandpa told me in the corner that I'm fucking up, I got to step up.
Yeah. I think he fails to realize that it's entertainment, dude. He fails to realize, like, yeah, people are entitled to their fucking opinion.
and
No,
the
and it's well, yes, but also like I said earlier, there's that line. Their entertainment. He's an athlete who is entertaining. That's so he should realize. Yeah, they got to say what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
Just say it back. But they made so many good points that like, listening to the whole thing, listening to them just berate Shakur reminded me of this. When I used to get bullied a lot, and
still do.
No, I don't.
I bully him all the time.
Okay, a lot by one person now, but by many people. And I would have these recurring dreams nightmare where I would just, whoever was bullying me and I hated, I would just pound on and fight, but they would just keep laughing at me, and I could never stop that laughter. And after years, I was just like, you know what that dream is saying is that you're entertaining people with your hate. Your hate is actually what they want.
That's
they don't
exactly-
care. They
that's
don't
a good
care.
word for that.
They don't care. And Shakur, you got to realize that they don't care about your feelings. They want your hate. They want you to bite back. You not like they bragged about how much money their podcast make. you became fodder for them, podcast content, which is like it's do what you can to not become podcast content.
Got them views, and he ain't even gonna get paid for it. What were you gonna say?
I forgot.
I knew it.
But no, that's the thing. It was like at the end of it, it was like we threw and he pointed at the producer. We're like, we threw him $25,000 the other day. You got that
Just
kind of money? Just cause we ain't had nothing else to do. We threw him $25,000 the other day. Put the camera on him.
I knew what I was gonna say, and I was gonna say like, it's sad that he comes from a camp where he's with Crawford, one of the best fighters of all, pound for pound.
He's in Crawford's camp?
Yeah, they're all trained together.
Oh, okay.
Right? They all have their individual trainers, but they're all in the same gym.
Got you.
Well, they were at least. I'm sure they still are.
I think he put his camp somewhere else, but it's still, I think Crawford was there at the.
Yeah, they're always with him everywhere. He's like his mentor.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
I'm starting to think, and I hate using this reference for a fighter, but I'm starting to think he's a coward. Mm-hmm. You know, but you're not a coward because you jump in the ring. I understand that's a manly thing to do. I mean, a brave thing to do. I'm sorry about saying manly. It's a brave thing to do, jumping in the ring, and I commend any guy that gets in the ring. But there is some guys that jump in the ring, and as soon as they get hit, you can tell he fought this guy a lot different than he fought Dos Santos. You know,
yeah.
Those are all cowardly instincts. When a man changes the way you fight because of whatever reason of fear,
yeah,
I think it's two things. He's afraid to lose. The embarrassment, or he's just afraid to get knocked out. You
know, it's interesting how to me, I think he wouldn't get so much flack if he didn't. And if he didn't talk himself up so much. Oh, I'm the best. I'm this, and that. Like I'm fucking. My IQ is something is crazy, but he could have gotten that guy out. Let's be
But he's not built for that. That's what I'm saying. He is built for it, but he's afraid. That's why I'm trying to say
his brain, his mentally.
Yeah, like I don't engage too much in the beefs on YouTube in the comments, but somebody said, man, he's just like Sweet Pea Whitaker. No, he's not. Sweet Pea Whitaker was doing that with Chavez, with the legends, bro. He was different. He engaged. He tricked you. He was right in front of you. You couldn't hit him. Sweet Pea was not. He was a different animal. So you can't compare him to him. He wasn't even fighting not even near the caliber that Sweet Pea was fighting. Yeah, it's a for sure different era, different fucking. I guess we can jump into a different scoring. Yeah, the scoring was different back then. It wasn't that much ring generalship like it is right now.
Mm-hmm. The ring generalship.
Yeah, the people get rewarded for not engaging and for wrapping up and jabbing once or twice to be like he jabbed. I always used to hear, oh, he beat the hell out of him. No, he didn't. He won. He didn't beat the hell out of nobody. He just won, bro. He won because he used his attributes and his gifts and those blessings, and that was it. You don't beat nobody's ass just with one jab, dog. You beat them, but you don't beat their ass. Yeah. That's a big difference. It's like baseball. It's like winning by one score. You won, but beating them 20-1 is different. Right. Than 1-1, 2-1. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It definitely. I can definitely see that.
You didn't beat their ass. You beat them. You won. Yeah, you won. You didn't beat his ass.
Going back to scoring, Magz was talking about something about, or one of you guys were. I think it was Magz. Scoring.
She brought it up to me right now too.
About scoring with UFC versus.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was talking.
No, I was saying we have to have. I feel like in boxing, I used to disagree with her all the time because I hate bringing the comparison with the UFC to boxing because I'm a boxing purist. But I do agree with we have to have like a Dana White, like where he's like, no more fucking ring generalship. You got to fight. Do I want to see toe-to-toe bare knuckle? No, I don't. I want to see a guy backpedaling, fighting, getting away with wrapping up once or twice, but not fucking 20 times per round for whatever reason. So you have somebody like Dana controlling that and not giving those guys fights, the boxing would change. Right. It's like wrapping up if you're hurt is one thing, but wrapping up as a strategy is completely different, Like wrapping up as a strategy is, like you mentioned, is cowardly, because you're not... It's like you're not really. It's not like you're trying to give the guy a chance to beat you, but dude, you're. It just doesn't. I never seen that drill in the gym. 1-2 hug. Exactly, man. It's crazy. 1-2 hug. The last person I saw do that, like for real, like in a big fight, was Caleb Plant against Benavidez. I did it, yeah. The first 6 rounds, he would hit, wrap.
Plant did it against Benavidez.
Yeah, for the first 6 rounds, and then after that, Benavidez he turned it up. He switched it up, made the adjustment, and fucking. But some fighters don't know how to make an adjustment, and some do. It's just
People don't pay to see people hug in the ring.
And that's one thing I'm seeing. Like, so I've been watching boxing for pretty consistently for the past year. And one thing I have seen is the fight's going to end the way it started.
Exactly.
There's not going to be much. There's not
no shift
like
change.
The guy who's losing is not going to figure something out and start fighting differently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guy who's running is going to run for the all 10 rounds, and the guy who's chasing is going to chase for all 10 rounds. He's not going to figure out how to cut off the ring. Like, to me, and when you go back to you talking about Sweet Pea Whitaker, that Sweet Pea Whitaker, those boxers tried to. It's like, okay, this isn't working. Let me try this. That's not working. Let me try this. And when does boxing go back to that? Does it?
Now with all these, I mean, they've always had different sanctioning bodies. It's just the way we score. We have. That's what I'm referencing to having a person like Dana White. I'm not saying Dana White, but a person that's in charge of just boxing. Like, bro, that's pathetic. You're not fighting him, or like you have to have like some kind of like. I
don't know, like a different structure. You know what I mean? Like.
Some of the best fights,
I guess.
some of the best, some of the best fights we have, like lately, was Crawford and Spence. They didn't hug once; they went at it,
And Spence did not run away.
He fought. He tried to do whatever he could. That's the fight. And we talk about those fights; they're memorable.
Even it wasn't pretty. Ryan Garcia against Tank Davis. Yeah, he got knocked out, but the kid went after it. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't.
And kudos to Haney, bro. He fucking fought. He's the one that I raps the most, and he fought. He tried to get Ryan out of there, but he, what I'm gonna have to say now, if he's cheating, he did everything he could. Everything he could.
Wait, you saying Haney did everything he could?
I mean, yeah, saying Ryan Garcia cheated and was overweight and everything, and even that he didn't know it at the time, but he knew he was heavier. He still tried to fucking win and still tried to fight.
He still tried to get through.
He tried everything he could.
It's such a shame that Haney just did not handle the fallout well. It's like he fought the best fight he could have fought.
Yeah.
But it was the fallout.
Was it his dad?
It was him. Fuck his dad. You got to realize, like, here's another thing let's talk to Shakur again. You're the face. Your camp, no one knows. I know what Haney's dad looks like, but only kinda. But when I'm talking about the fighter, I'm talking about him. So when someone feeds your ear, how's this gonna make me look? You got to think about that. You got to take that into consideration. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah. I think.
So that's what I'm saying.
Shakur has more control of his corner than Haney does.
And so when Haney is like that whole, I'm thinking about the dancing in the bowling alley when he got like all that stuff. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm expecting too much from a child.
But you know what? A change that happened in the UFC. I don't know if this is MMA in general, but they changed the scoring. So now, like because it's MMA, you can hold people down on the floor for the whole fucking round, and you get the round because you held them down. But a lot of the times, these guys were just taking advantage of just sitting on, putting their weight on this guy and not really attempting to fucking win. So I think if we had a change like that in boxing, I think it would shift everything. Like we were talking about the ref. I'm pretty sure his name is, I forgot to Google his name. I think it's Thomas Taylor. He changed the whole panorama of the fight of Rolly against Pitbull. Once he took a point away for the hugging, that fucking fight, it completely changed.
Same thing with Murataya and Tevin Farmer.
He took a point away for holding the head down. Like that, it changes everything. The
first 6-7 rounds was born out of that fight, and then he changed it, and it changed the fight.
Yeah. So like I wonder if the boxing changes its scoring or maybe makes refs a little bit more responsible. I don't know what can be done to change it up, but I think that boxing can definitely be made more entertaining. I don't know than the UFC, but it has the opportunity to fucking at least be neck and neck with them in terms of like matchmaking.
I'm a defend boxer right now, dog. Maggie's talking shit about boxing right now, and she's right.
Is she? Yeah, okay.
And she's right. Okay. She's right. But their boxing is way more exciting than UFC.
Yes.
We talk about those fights to this day, and you forget about UFC fights because they give too many of them. That's what gets them excited, you don't have your Ray Leonards and Durans in UFC. Maybe they do. I don't know. I can't, because I'm not a fan, so maybe I'm being biased. But boxing, a good fight in boxing It's
last
exciting,
forever,
bro. Yeah, because it's punches. And then UFC, what do they want to see? They want to see striking.
Yeah, and knockouts. Like UFC, like the amount of knockouts. Like I have to remind myself, a lot of UFC fights go to decision. I should say MMA. UFC is the brand.
Yeah.
But
MMA,
a lot of MMA
right.
fights go to decision. And I'm like, but when I'm looking at highlights, no one's looking for a decision. It's always like that crazy knee to the head. I saw somebody throw a jumping knee to the head and knock somebody out.
Yeah.
The way
it's because boxing is exciting because you can relate to it because it only takes 2 punches. So the average person would be like, "Oh, I could do that."
Yeah.
But when you watch UFC,
But they shouldn't. The average
you see a jumping knee, like you said, or a Superman punch. You're like, "Wow, I can't relate to that." I can't relate to that. So that's why you get the turn off in the fan base. The fan base in UFC is younger.
Real, yes.
Yeah. So, but to her, like, I do like watching UFC when it's like, and I'm gonna sound stupid, but what's the Brazilian's name that just fought?
Alex Pereira.
I like watching him. I like watching Bones Jones, the one that Pereira beat, but he had beat him before.
Izzy.
Those guys produce knockouts. I love watching those kind of fights. I'll watch them 1,000 times. But when I see motherfuckers getting taken down and just grinding each other on the floor, and I know it's an art, no disrespect to my jiu-jitsu guys or my wrestlers, I just don't like watching it.
I think that
it's just the era that I raised in.
No.
We got fights in the streets back in the days. If you took them to the floor, you kicked them. Nah. Stand up and just throw your hands, fool. And that's the era that I was brought in. Like just punching.
Well, you mentioned, your boxing periods. That completely makes a lot of sense. And fucking MMA fights, they start standing up. So
I don't mind a good kick to the face.
I saw one MMA fight. And it's like go. Then both just sat down because they wanted to fight. They wanted to fight from that low.
Go to a grappling contest.
They wanted to go to grappling. It was. I was like,
But I think both sports can help each other build each other. And which we have seen. I didn't watch that fucking Masvidal and Nate Diaz fight because I was like, this is too. I watched like the first time. I was like, this is too.
They're watching 2 drunk fools fighting each other, dog.
Nate Diaz that's his vibe. Is like Nate Diaz does have a hold my beer vibe when he's fighting. Yeah,
I think he's a little punch drunk, but they sold more than Shakur's. Okay.
Of course.
People wise at the gate.
Nate Diaz has a huge gate too. The gate
at the gate. That was pay per view, but Shakur's wasn't pay per view. But their gate, fucking.
And the funny part it wasn't in Nate's backyard. It was in Los Angeles. Nate's from Stockton. Shakur's was in
his own backyard.
And people left.
And people left before it was over.
Going back to Mase and Cam's podcast, they said that it was like, you've left. They accused him of leaving town too soon. Like, yeah, that's where you're from, but that's not your hometown anymore. Those ain't your people.
Yeah.
If those were your people, they wouldn't have been walking.
Yeah.
It's like, or booing. You got, how are you going to get booed by your own fans?
It's because you can't talk like the way he talks and not fucking back it up. Dude, he's like, I'm going to knock him out.
The way he talks, you think you're going to face Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
you're going to watch him fight.
So people were intrigued. They're like, okay, maybe it was a lackluster, it was a bad night, whatever. But, I just
It's the same as it ever was.
Hopefully now that I think he's with Matchroom now, right? Or something. He's with Eddie Hearn.
I'm seeing different shit. So
I'm seeing different shit too. So maybe something will change.
Is Eddie Hearn the Dana White of boxing?
No.
No, I wouldn't
we
say
need
so.
a Dana White.
No, I'm saying not. Is he like in the same? Is he like boxing's head
Like the
CEO, head promoter?
No,
I don't know what the fuck he is. He's for Matchroom.
Because his name does.
He's a promoter for.
He's just a promoter, right?
Yeah,
and Dana's different.
At one time, it was Al Heyman who was a man.
Yeah,
and that one time it was Bob Arum, and at one time it was Oscar. So it's always like somebody needs to grab it by the fucking by the pussy and take it forward. Trump's words. Oh, I'm gonna get shot in the ear. Hold on.
This ain't that podcast.
Oh, no politics and religion.
That's why I was watching The Neighbor.
Sniper. 2 minutes on.
She has a fucking view straight to us. That's why I was like, we can see
2 minutes. 2 minutes on the roof with the rifle, though.
No, remember those bushes that were?
Oh, this bush.
They were
JFK.
I didn't have to worry.
Hey,
when
we saw the shooting, Maggie right away goes, I bet you the guy has the 3-letter name.
Three names.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
He does.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
It was like Thomas, whatever.
Thomas Matthews Crooks.
Oh man.
Yeah.
People gotta stop naming their kid, giving their kids 3 names.
3 letters. Like I'm a sniper dog.
Yep.
Set him up.
Going to a question Magz asked. I'm gonna put it. She asked two real good questions that when we were talking, we said put them on the podcast. First one is one I've always wondered about. If you have power, are you genuinely strong?
Physically strong or
generally?
So fuck. I was watching somebody in the gym, and I was like, I wonder if, like, Javier and Jose, right? They were picking up this ball. There's like 140 pound or 120 pound fucking ball, and they did it like first try. Those kids are pretty. They're strong, right? When they're in the ring. And I was like, I wonder if they picked that shit up with ease, because not with ease, but they didn't fail to pick it up. They just boom picked it up first try straight over. And some guys were struggling. Some guys were struggling to do it. I was like, I wonder if it's like because they have power, that they have general strength, you know. But then I look at somebody like Kyle's fucking strong, dude. Like, but he has a strong base. So I don't know. I just went through this fucking whole like whirlwind in my head, and I'm thinking, I don't know if it's. I think it could be that those guys that have power are strong, but those guys who are strong don't necessarily have power. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
My head's going like this.
Yeah.
Because I am right next to a strong guy.
Yeah.
Adam is fucking strong.
Yeah.
I don't know if Adam can pick up that ball. I'm not saying he can. I haven't seen him do it yet. But I know a lot of guys struggle with it, you know? Yeah. So Adam is strong. Today I had Smiley. I had Sebas and Adam. Another, what changed his name?
LD. What up, LD?
LD. And those three kids, three young men, not kids, they're fucking strong. Mm-hmm. And I called them the Bone Crusher crew today because they're all powerful and they were all working pads with each other.
Oh, the 12 o'clock class. Yeah.
Now, I usually relate strength and power to speed, but I don't think Sebas is fast. Mm-hmm. No disrespect, I know you're watching, but that motherfucker can climb a tree. But he's physically strong. Mm-hmm. But I always thought that speed equaled strength. Yeah. And it maybe does, but that's a question that has my head spinning right now. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, now strength, I just looked it up just to get the quickest way to say it. It's short. Strength emphasizes like endurance. Mm-hmm. How long can I go with this amount of power?
I think
and power is about pressure, is about impact. Boom. Mm-hmm. That's power.
Yeah.
So they are two different
velocity and force, right?
Exactly. They are two different things. There she goes showing off for college.
No, I just thought
I didn't even make it to high school though.
But CC too was I think that's why
CC is not fast, but god damn
he's strong. But he picked up that ball like nothing.
Oh, he did too?
Yeah, he did.
That's Samoan strength though.
That's why I was wondering.
that's over
I used to tell him because he was
on the built workout.
Yeah. Okay. I used to fuck with CC all the time when he was younger. When he was like 17, 18. He was always hurting his hands.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to my Boricuas. I used to tell him, bro, it's because you have Puerto Rican bones with Samoan strength, dog. They don't go together, dog. They don't go together, CC.
That's hilarious.
You know?
Puerto Ricans.
And there's some strong-ass Puerto Rican fighters, so I'm just saying, CC got that natural Samoan strength, dog.
He's half Samoan, half Puerto
Rican? Yeah, his mom's Samoan and his dad's Puerto Rican. His dad played in the majors.
Really?
Yeah, for the Reds and the Padres.
Oh, man.
Pitcher.
One good baseball team.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck you. Oh, yeah, the Padres? You're right.
Man, what the fuck? you gonna look at the Reds and
you know who CC's godfather is?
Who?
Benito Santiago.
Really?
Yeah.
What? See? Baseball player. Yeah. That's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, but that was a question that came to me when I saw them pick up that ball, and I was like, all three of them are fucking strong.
That's one of my most important attributes to if I'm gonna fuck with you as a coach, you need to have some power. If you don't have no power, I hardly ever work with you. You have to have a special gift. Mm-hmm. I've cut a lot of people from the team because they're not strong. Mm. When they hit me, I want that power to travel through me.
And Kyle does have that, dude.
Power. He has power, and he has grit.
Yeah.
I sparred. I got around with Kyle last week.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I saw that.
And
I was like, "Fuck him up."
Yeah, I heard you. But Kyle has this jab hook combination that he throws. So I threw it at him and landed it.
Yeah.
And I immediately apologized. I immediately said, I learned that from you. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it was
thank you. Thank you for that help.
Yeah,
teaching me.
But I was like, man, I did it.
Yeah.
Just getting
it
that.
caught him by surprise. He was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, then
You're about to die.
Yeah. And I realized my fault was I did that too soon in the round. I should have waited till the end of the round. But he's such a good person to spar with and learn from because he's not going to hold back, and he's
also not going to fuck you up either.
But you're right, exactly. You're going to get hit. But
sometimes I get mad at Kyle because sometimes he's too nice. Yeah. Not with you guys.
Okay.
Not with you guys. With you guys, it's cool. With outside sparring, Habeen too. Habeen is like a fucking gentle baby. Mm-hmm. I need him to like sacrifice people.
Like Jose, who broke my orbital
exactly.
Jose's an asshole.
Jose doesn't give a fuck.
He's an asshole, and I love him for it. Sometimes I gotta calm him down from being such an asshole.
Yeah.
And then the second question Magz asked, let me find it. Here it is. And this one actually, I'm going to use I'm going to use myself as it because I'm in a position. I'm at a place where I'm like I have a lot of negative talk regarding some things. And it's called overcoming self-negative talk. You want to talk about that?
Drop it, Mike.
And so, you what?
I'm just gonna listen to you guys.
Oh, because you don't have that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, but no, I have negative. Well, what is define negative talk? So, what do you mean by overcoming negative self-talk? Self-talk.
So, self-talk is a way that you talk to your not necessarily talk to yourself, but the thoughts that go through your mind, right? Like oh fuck, you're coming into something new and you're like, oh man, I hope I don't look fucking stupid, man. Like I'm gonna look stupid because I've never thrown a punch before or I've never done this before. So first and foremost, the most important key, I think, I remember Raquel one time asked me if there's one thing that you could say is like super important in sports psychology, what would it be? I'd say awareness, 100%, because a lot
self-awareness,
of people, just awareness. A lot of people don't realize that they're having that negative self-talk.
Oh, okay.
And it's all learned. It's all learned from like that's the reason why I sent you guys that video of the babies and the snakes, right? Because they didn't know what the fuck was going on.
That was just watching. I'm not afraid of snakes,
right?
But just watching a baby just like play with a snake, like it could have got snatched and eaten.
Yeah.
Like those dumbass snakes didn't know that food was playing with them.
But it's an experiment. The parents were freaking out, and the babies were like, "Oh, what's that? It's a snake, dude." They don't know that it's a snake. They
just know it's a thing. Yeah.
They just know that they recognize the parents, like look at him like, "Oh my God, I'm fucking scared," and then they learn that, right? So self-talk is like that too, right? You learn shit like that. What's up?
One day, my oldest son, Piparos, we were at a rodeo, and he went in between all the bulls, 40 of the bulls.
Just walked out. No?
Just walked. He was like 3, and he's walking in front of them, and this older cowboy that was there, that was a friend of the family, I yelled, Piparos, like, I couldn't jump in there because I was scared of the bulls.
Right.
And they would stomp him out. But one bull just went like this to him. And then just turned away.
Oh, he just looked straight at him?
Straight at him and went.
And didn't do nothing?
Right back. And then the guy goes, you're going to get your son hurt. Just shut the fuck up and let him come out.
Right.
So we were just like, he walked right through. But I would have taught him fear.
Right.
I'm still scared of bulls, but that's a taught habit.
It's taught, right? So it's just like the self-talk is very similar to that, right? So after that, you start thinking, I don't know if we're going to the zoo. You ready for watch the snakes behind the glass? I don't know. I think I'm kind of scared of snakes, man. I don't know how this is going to go. You start getting nervous. You start talking shit to yourself. So it's like, that's just a very minor example, right? But, going into something and trying something new, a lot of people are afraid to try something new because of that, right? Because they start listening to that voice in their head that says, I don't know, maybe I should, maybe tomorrow I'll try tomorrow. And it's just like, fuck it, just go for it. But you got to be aware of it first and foremost, right? I was going to stay off this subject because I act like I'm not. But you know what? That's the reason I started coaching. Mm-hmm. My coaches never fought. So my second coaches where I was training at, they never fought. So they used to ask us to do things that I used to trip out on. Like, there was never like concern in their voice because they didn't know what it's like to get hit with a glove. Right.
So when I started watching them coach, and then I realized as I got a little older, they didn't know nothing about fighting. When I started helping them, the first thing I told the athletes was like, it's okay to be scared. Just don't let the fear control you. Mm-hmm. It's okay. It's very normal. And I told all these group of young fighters, because they gave me all the 10 to 12-year-olds. And I told them, we're going to go fight. And I don't even care if we lose or win. All I care about is that you go out there and give it everything you got. It's not like one of them little fucking white parents, huh? But I told them that I didn't care for the first 20 fights.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
But after that, I was going to care. Because by 20 fights, they should have confidence. They should know what it's like and experience all this, the feelings they're going to go through. And when they got to the corner, the first thing I would ask them is, how hard do they hit? How fast are they? What do you see? I always ask them what the guys were good at. Then I would try to counter it. And it's okay to embrace that fear, but don't let it control you. Mm-hmm. I'm fucking 46 years old, and when I'm going to jump in the ring to spar with members who have never fought one day in their life, I still get nervous. Mm-hmm. Because one shot in the wrong spot could fucking knock me out, and I'm the coach. Mm-hmm. So it's okay to embrace that fear. Just don't let the fear control you.
Right.
Now,
that's a good way to put it.
Like I said, I was going to share my experience. Going back to strength conditioning. I've been like, you need to go back to strength conditioning. Mm-hmm. And just my brain's been like, you'll be the last one in class. Mm-hmm. It's going to hurt. It's going to be painful.
That's a great example.
It's, and I was like, okay, I'll start next week. Mm-hmm. Like this morning, I could have just slid right in at the 9 o'clock with them. And I'm like, I was like, where's my phone and coffee? Mm-hmm. And stuff like that. And so now when you talked about that, I was like, you listen to all your negative self-talk. Mm-hmm. On the bright side, no coach is going to call me a bad word. But I started doing yoga again last night. Mm-hmm. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, now I know what you mean. And but it was the same negative self-talk then too, because I've tightened up in so many places I need, to fix, to work on my mobility. But I had the same thing. It's like, you're going to look like an asshole in front of all those people. You're not going to look good, stuff like that. And that self-talk. So so you got it right now. I'm going to ask you, Magz, how do I get over my self-talk?
Action.
I knew it. Fuck, I knew it.
Action, dude. Fuck it. Don't listen to it. That's it.
I was going to say that right now. You never will. Just don't listen to it.
Action. So just do it. I think there's a good example to relate this to athletics. There's a study done, just real quick, right? I don't want to fucking bore everybody, but there's a study done on tennis players and the difference between the top, like I think 25 or something like that, and everybody else. And there was like a microphone or some shit like that close to them, and the ones that were below the 25, when they fucked up, they'd be like, "Fuck, shit, damn, I fucked up." That's the way that they talk to themselves, as opposed to other guys that were more, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna get it next time. I'm gonna get it next time. I'm gonna get it next time. You know what I mean? So they were more proactive. And there's some athletes that talk to themselves about the process and not the end. Not I'm gonna win. It's like I'm gonna shoot through. I'm gonna run straight down the track, and I'm just thinking about action. So it's action, dude.
I see why I love her. You see that in training and fighting. When fighters have a bad round, they come back like this. And they're in trouble. They're going to keep sinking and sinking. When he comes back to the corner, they're like, I got it, coach. Next round, I'll get it. I'll figure it out. Then you know that they're not letting that moment defeat them.
Right.
And you're kind of exposing me as a hypocrite a little bit. Because when we're in class and I come up to somebody who's got to hold mitts for me, first thing, 9 out of 10 times, first thing out of their fucking mouth is, oh, fuck, a lefty.
Yeah.
And I tell them, I was like, dude, you just ruined the whole next 3 minutes by just saying that. All you got to do is just say, oh, hey.
So if you honestly, like a lot of the times, I sometimes see them like, oh shit, okay, now I gotta. First,
you just gotta.
What you do is just like boop, just fucking put that brain in that mode, and just catch the jab, and then everything else is gonna come.
But you don't tell yourself this is gonna be hard for me.
Yeah, because then that you make it hard yourself. So that's a great. I know it's very minimal, but that's a good example of that. So but the first and foremost is just switching the way, being aware of it, right? Sometimes action is going to come before you're able to, that action is going to give you a little bit more fucking confidence. And then you're going to learn that talking to yourself probably isn't that proactive. Let's switch up the language. Right.
Right.
For you, it sounds like action is just going to have to.
First,
and then you're going to learn to be like.
You got to get wet before you can swim.
Yes.
Yeah. So. That's how I think. All right. I thought I was driving and my brain was doing its thing, just feed me a bunch of questions, and I came across this one question. I was like, "Holy shit, I don't know." Okay, so we got. I don't know how soccer works, but I understand it's in the Tour de France. Those are country nationalization sporting events.
International.
Well, no, it's like the French or the French
okay.
versus the Belgians or versus blah blah blah.
Right.
And so, and the soccer is kind of the same way.
Similar, yeah.
And my brain said, what if every country had to send their average citizen, not their top citizen, but not their worst citizen, but their average citizen. Like if our America's average citizen, I would imagine is a bit overweight.
Yes.
And doesn't have good cardio.
Right.
So I'm saying, and then France has to send their average citizen, and everybody's got to send their average citizen. One, who would win? And two, where would America fall? Like, would America be the first tap? Would the United States of America be the first to tap out?
I used to hear my uncle telling me about the United States that my uncle's in Mexico, that they were so good because they had money. And he said they have constant training, constant medical staff, in every sport they do. There's always money invested, time, energy. And athletes in other countries don't even invest that much time or energy because there's no money. So just think about the average athlete going. I think it'd be like one of the third world countries somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. No, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because the average athlete's fucking playing pickleball.
The Dutch. Any
Dominican Republic?
Yeah, any communist country like Cuba or fucking China, Russia,
they got the kids working out at
North Korea. North Korea would probably come out on top.
Like fucking 10,000.
Nobody even knows what they look like, dude. I'm serious.
Did they just show up? But I think America would be spit off the bottom. We wouldn't make first round.
I don't even think we'd be top 10, honestly.
I would honestly, and I don't know how this sounds because I haven't said it yet. But I would take the average citizen of every country in the world and Squid Game them. Right?
But okay, so is there, now I'm going to go into my fucking, are they people who don't smoke or drink? Are they people
No, if the average citizen smokes, if you're average citizen in your country.
Your average person.
Your average.
Age range? Is there an age range? 25-year-old?
That's average. That's a month. That's a number.
25 to 30?
If the average, the way to find that would be that, so the oldest American citizen is 99, the youngest is 0. Okay? The average. It'd be and what is the average? Does the average person smoke? Okay, so we need a 49-year-old smoker. Does he have any weight training? A little bit. He goes to the gym twice.
The average of every country, or the
average of every country?
Oh, then you're fucked. We're fucked.
The average
motherfucking babes. He fucking
55-year-old smoker, drinker,
fucking drinks Jack and Coke. Fucking babes.
The Tour de France would be like 2-mile race.
Yeah. God damn. Dude.
That's what I mean. The average of every.
Man.
For the next episode, I'm gonna see if I can compile some facts, some numbers about that.
Fucking Cameroon with everything, dog. North Korea, Cameroon.
Yeah, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, hey, welcome to my brain. My brain just fed me that brain.
Sometimes that's cool. Sometimes it's fucked up.
Put healthiest countries. Google healthiest countries.
Yeah, Google healthiest countries. That's the winner right there.
Yeah.
I want to see this shit.
Yeah, we are the leader of heart disease and fucking obesity.
Oh,
and
see, the first
and shit.
I put in what is the healthiest. The first prompt is what's the healthiest fast food?
No,
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That's the US based
country in the world.
Want to guess? What is it?
Spain.
Fuck no.
Spain is the healthiest country?
It's probably going off of food or some shit.
According to jagrunjosh.com, Spain is the healthiest, blah, blah, due to its healthcare system, preventive care, Mediterranean diet. So,
something else.
There aren't very many Spaniards.
Italy, not Italy, Japan, South Korea, Singapore.
Other countries that are considered healthy include Italy, Japan, Singapore. South Korea. South Korea. I heard Korea, they monitor, you have limits on what you can do at McDonald's that day.
That's crazy.
Like you can't.
They have different menus. I know Singapore has a different menu. Thailand had a different menu at like McDonald's. You're not gonna get the same thing that you do.
Yeah, like somebody was like, yeah, they don't have obesity because you can't go into McDonald's and buy. Countries. Yeah, but she said communist countries. Mm-hmm. She said communist.
Yeah, where's North Korea at?
Not there because they don't want to.
They're not even involved.
You don't even know what the fuck they look like, dude. Like nobody's allowed over there. Then they're not allowed out.
Mm. Yeah,
I figure Australia is probably pretty fucking athletic and healthy.
All right, I'm gonna do what I can to see if I can.
I like that question.
See if I can find some answers for our next episode.
Yeah,
because that's one I really and I will fund it myself. Like I will play lottery every day so I can just fund the average man Squid Games.
Hey, is that Earth flat?
That's yeah. It's a map. You get it? It's a flat. Yeah, I did hear this one joke. It's like, you know, the world is 70% water, 72% water, and none of it's carbonated. So the Earth is flat, huh?
It has to be.
See, I knew it, dog. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Hey, you know, a thought came to me about just to add a little bit to the self-talk and how it can be detrimental in athletics is it can definitely create hesitation, self-doubt. You know, it goes down a lot of it can be a snowball effect for a lot of other shit, right? But I think hesitation is one of the biggest ones, and in boxing, that's your fucking kryptonite, is hesitating, because it's about learning how to take fucking risks. And I think we can loop that back around to Shakur, right? Hesitation to engage, hesitation to throw. So I would be very curious to know what's going on in his head, you know, the way that he talks to himself.
That's deep. Because I remember one time watching Michael Irvin, the receiver for the Cowboys. They asked him what it took to be successful, and he said that in the fourth quarter he would tell his brain to shut the fuck up, because in the fourth quarter is when all the players are tired and fatigued and beat up, and he says, "This is tell my mind to shut the fuck up." And that's something I tell my fighters: tell your brain to shut the fuck up.
You do, because you have told me many times, tell your brain shut the fuck up. Yeah. My problem is I want to argue with my brain.
Yeah, I know.
Or I want to. Yeah, I want to actually, or I want to believe it. I either want to argue with it, which is a waste of time, or I want to believe it.
That's why when I sparred you the first time, I didn't let you think. I was on top of you, and you wanted to weigh out, and I didn't allow you to.
Shit, I wanted to quit first round. Yeah. I was like, what have I got myself into?
You know, and like I don't like to talk too much about myself when I'm talking to the guys, but sometimes it's good to give them certain examples. I know you always tell them stories about when you were fighting, and it helps them a lot to realize that we're not just saying it just to seem fucking superhuman. And I shared with I think it was just Jose or Javier and Jose, like your mind. You're going to realize how strong you are when you are fucking tired, because that's when it wants to tell you you're tired, and that's all you want to think about. You're tired. Don't throw. You're tired. Run around the ring. You're tired. Fucking don't close the gap, because you're going to be forced to engage. And I shared with him, I went on a fucking bike ride. I think I told you about that. I went on a bike ride a couple weekends ago, and I hadn't ridden my bike that far in a while. So I went, it was like a 25 miles, which is not that much, but like to me,
you haven't ridden it.
It's California miles. 25 California miles are hills.
Yeah. It's guaranteed hills, because I live by a place that's got hills. But I was coming back. I had already left, and I felt great at my end point, and then I was coming back, and around mile 15, I was like, fuck, dude, what the fuck happened? I shouldn't have stopped. I should have just fucking kept going. And my mind went like that. I should just fucking. What's my dad doing right now? I'm gonna fucking call him, see if he can pick me up. Because I'm fucking tired. I don't think I can do it. I'm fucking, like, the sun is really fucking hot, and now I feel really fatigued, and I feel nauseous, and I feel like I might faint. Like, I should probably stop right now. And I just said, shut the fuck up. Keep going. And I rode up to 25 miles. So it's like, if you start listening to that, so I just put into practice.
Put that shit on cruise control, dog. At home.
Just fucking keep going. I caught my second win eventually.
You know, I'm not going to throw her under the bus right now. It's not a bad thing. But when I met Maggie, she stopped coming to the gym, right? And then I took her, I'm like, where's she at? And I found out that she had a hard time with sparring one time with somebody. So I was under the impression that person was a guy. So I went up to her and I told her, hey, did that guy fucking hit you? She's like, no, it wasn't him. It was just a chick. Mm-hmm. So I said, oh, well, come back, man. I wasn't there that day. She sparred her. So when I asked her to come back, I never asked her to come back thinking that she was going to help me one day become a coach. So that's when I started really talking to her, like, what are you doing? I'm going to school to become a sports psychologist and this and that. And I'm in my bachelor phase right now. And I said, well, fuck, would you want to do your internship? And she looked at me because I always wanted, I used to hear from a good friend of mine who she met too at another gym, Brett Albee. He wanted to be a sports psychologist. And I go, for what? You don't understand how many athletes need somebody to talk to them. I was like, that's bullshit. That's weak. You know, just me being stupid. And when she brought it up, I was like, man, that'd be cool to have somebody like that. And then a female, so the athletes could trust her with stuff, tell her things because. So she said, yeah. I said, but before you help me, I need you to spar that person again. Because you can't be giving people advice if you're having a problem. And she did it. She did really good. So I was like, you're in, because she has what it takes. She put herself to the test, So that's the reason she can talk to fighters and tell them what it's like to be nervous or fearful or that those fears would just paralyze you.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah.
And funny enough, it came down to the self-talk because I told myself before I had envisioned myself to stay calm and telling myself to stay calm. Right. So when I was in there, I just put it to use. Stay calm, chill, do this, put your jab out there. And that's how you're going to keep her off. It was that simple. It was telling myself to chill and then giving myself something to do, So action, like I told you.
Not letting the brain think so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like this podcast today.
Bitch. All right. Well, no, me too. Me too. Definitely. It's just it feels like a therapy session.
Like, comment.
Well, it's like sometimes it's like the worst therapy session is like you don't want it to end because you
feel like we're talking shit about you.
No.
Like when I go to church and the pastor's talking, I'm like, what the fuck is he? Is he talking about me?
I
know,
farted.
dude.
I gotta go.
All right. Like, comment, subscribe.
We're out before we smell that shit.
This has been a Point and Yell production. Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.